Members, I have the list of retirees. We have one here today that is going to honor us with his comments. Senator David Tomassoni was started in this body in the year 2001, served 22 years. That is a total of 7,810 days of service to this body. Total legislative experience is 10,730 days worth of total experience. With that, it is my honor and privilege to introduce Senator David Tomassoni.
It's very rare these days to find somebody like David Tomassoni and his ability to cultivate these relationships that he did over the last 30 years. Everybody loved David.
With David, it's about people. And he didn't care if you were Democrat, Republican. He didn't care if you were from the Metro, you were from Greater Minnesota. He just loved people, and you want to be around him. I mean, if you ever been up to his office, I mean, it was like you had Democrats, Republicans just stopping in because he created an atmosphere of welcoming.
You serve in public office for 4 decades. I think you pretty much get defined. I think what's remarkable on this is that everyone who met David Tomassoni said, what a nice guy. That's pretty hard to do in this business, and that is exactly what people say about David Tomassoni.
I think when David was diagnosed, there really needed to be purpose in his life, and he took that purpose to help other people. So he went to work right away and he was laser focused. He was going to get funding through on his ALS bill in a time when nothing was getting passed. So he went forward with a bill, $20 million for ALS research and $5 million for patient care. And in a very unique time, he got every single vote from Republicans, Democrats to pass the ALS bill.
For the ALS bill to get across the line so quickly, it was because of his relationships that he cultivated over 30 years.
What was amazing about this is dedicated funding for research into something like ALS. While everyone will say it's important, it's difficult to actually get it through both houses and then get it signed by a governor. The difference on this one is Senator Tomassoni's passion, his vision as he brought it forward, his ability to bring in all of the outside groups to get it done. So it didn't turn out to be all that difficult, but like many things in life, a lot of work goes into making things look easy, and Senator Tomassoni did the work.
Senator Tomassoni was not only courageous in his battle against ALS, but he had this vision that they could help others and that they could help others in the future. And that's just something that, we had the ice bucket challenge at some point, and that was a big step. But this was a huge step. And I think that mindset of how you approach having a disease like that and how it affects your life, and recognizing that it's not only me and my family, but it really impacts so many people in so many ways.
I got to know Senator Tomassoni through his participation in the Healy ALS platform trial. The Healy ALS platform trial is an efficient way to test treatments for people with ALS in the shortest time and with the fewest number of people. We want to make sure that everybody with ALS has options for treatments, and we want to find the best treatments fastest. And the platform trial approach is a way to be very efficient and achieve those goals.
What this bill has done is allowed people in the Northland to be able to stay closer to home to participate in this trial. Now you're going to Essentia here in Duluth instead of having to go to Rochester or Minneapolis.
By being able to do research, so we've been doing it for a year, it's giving our site the opportunity to then participate in research with all of the other clinics across Minnesota.
This is amazing. This type of funds can make a difference in many ways. In attracting young scientists into the field of ALS, and we need the best brains studying this illness. By making sure that scientists are spending their time in the lab doing the research and less time, writing grants and trying to find funds. So really accelerating the research. And the third is about making sure that the people living with ALS get access to the best care at the centers and also in their homes. Those funds are incredible, not just in the state of Minnesota, but really throughout the country, because we all share what we learn with each other. And so it's enormously helpful.
David Tomassoni was a remarkable man. He was respected by so many people. For somebody that was a public servant for some 30 plus years of his life, and then to zoom into the last year of his life to get $25 million that would help all other ALS patients. It wasn't about him and wasn't going to really help him, but that's what he focused in on getting done, and what an impact and a legacy to leave behind.
He took this unbelievable moment of his life, the end of his life, to benefit others. I mean, that is exactly who David was. And he saw a moment, that's why he was a good legislator. Connect the dots, to connect the people, to tell the story, to influence outcomes. This was his story. And he connected the dots, and he connected the people, and he delivered. David delivered this. No one else but David could have got this over the finish line.
For everyone out there who probably has the same reaction that I do when David Tomassoni's name comes up, you can't help but have a huge smile come across your face and kind of want to raise a glass and cheer the life of David Tomassoni. Thank you, David, for everything that you did for the people of the Iron Range, for the people of Minnesota, for the people across the world, and for what you've done for ALS to help find a cure. Thank you, David. Cheers.